Hi guys, PJ here, back at it again with another PC game. Yesterday Hellblade released and got it straight away. I actually got the GOG version of this game instead of the Steam version. But hey ho, both the same sort of price, £25, and it looks very impressive. This is freshly booted up. I've installed it on an SSD. I've also got my operating system installed on another SSD, and we'll be recording to an SSD, so we shouldn't have any lag or loading texture problems. This game download is just over 12 gigabytes, and when you install it, it expands to just over 22 gigabytes. So it's not too big, not too bad at all. Graphics options for your PC players are, just go through them all with you. Obviously, resolution, it fully supports ultrawide. No problem there, and also supports normal TV. I've run it on a 4K TV over there and it was fine. So you've got whatever you want to run it at. It goes all the way down to 640 by 480, so good coverage. You've got full screen, borderless and windowed as your options for display mode, and quality, everything goes from low, there we go, I'll just show you, high, medium, low, that's it on everything. VSync on and off. Apply, don't really need that, got a FreeSync monitor here, but never mind. We've got a photo mode now. I quickly loaded the game into the start sequence and I can see why this game's got a photo mode. It looks absolutely stunning, as you will see. So not sort of sure what we're going into here. So what it says, the bump from the game designers, who incidentally are the people that made Devil May Cry and stuff, they've put here, from the makers of Heavenly Sword, Enslaved Odyssey into the West, and DMC Devil May Cry, comes a warrior's brutal journey into myth and madness. Set in the Viking Age, a broken Celtic warrior embarks on a haunting vision quest into Viking hell to fight off the soul of her dead lover. So it's a little bit different, shall we say. So if we start the game, see what happens basically. Like I say, it's all new to me, so quite looking forward to this game. We haven't had many new releases lately, so obviously covering new games is pretty tricky when there's no new games to cover. Let's have a look. Let's see what it's all about. I hooked in an Xbox One controller and it works straight away perfectly. More than can be said for my wireless dongle, which was having a bad day, so it's plugged in. Let's see what this is all about. One thing I will note, wear headphones, headset, or a full-on 5.1 surround system for your sound. The sound design in this game is absolutely unbelievable. So please put a headset on. Don't play with your 2.1s. Not worth it. Have a listen.
Deep into darkness. There'll be no more stories after this one.
So as you can see, not only is it visually stunning, the sound design is something worth merit. It is seems a very well crafted game from the onset here. Have no control at this moment, it's just telling the story.
I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her. Can you see them?
This game is built on Unreal Engine 4, so they've obviously taken their time and crafted it very well.
It is real after all.
It's funny because looking at the main character, I'm certainly getting vibes from Aloy on the PlayStation exclusive. She certainly looks sort of same hair design and stuff. Another well-crafted game. I don't think there's any way of skipping this. We have movement. We can look around. That's pretty much it. Can't steer the canoe or anything yet. No, it's just look around at the moment.
Look around and you'll see the drow. The sick. Here they lie, rotting in the fields.
I'll pull you some statistics up so we can have a look how much VRAM usage this is using. Bear in mind we're on an ultra-wide display at the moment, so we are using a lot more pixels than a 1080p display. So, well, it's not too bad actually. 2.5 gigabytes of VRAM used. We're on ultra settings. CPU usage is minimal. It's hardly taxing at all. It's sort of 30% across the board, 40 maybe at a push. Normal RAM, we're on 9 gigabytes, normal RAM. So, GPU, currently 96-97% usage. So if anything, you're going to be GPU bound by this game. Unless, of course, you're running something, I don't know, 1070, 1080, GTX 1070. It's
What is she thinking?
looks pretty GPU intensive. I'm averaging here sort of 50 frames per second. And like I said, that's on an R9 290X. You're going to get the same sort of performance on a R9 390, 390X. RX 480, 580, they're all pretty much the same sort of hardware, just with more memory and slight clock increases, etc.
You might try and ignore it. Turn away.
It's a very nice looking game.
It's always there, just out of
I do say game because at the moment we're on a credit roll, we're not really playing anything.
It's like it knows that just
I think you're just meant to listen and look at the beauty of the thing.
see its suffocating power.
Our journey into hell. Or a Viking hell at that.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own. It isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Settings fear runs far, far deeper.
Okay, so we're obviously running out of river here. Let's see if we get control of the character, see how smooth the game is. FPS has dropped a bit. We're down to 43, 42.
What is she looking at?
Still no control.
I know what she's thinking.
Level of detail though is truly excellent.
It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge you. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
Decision made, we're staying.
The north pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Okay, now we have control. So it looks like we're going to average sort of 45, 50 FPS. The sound is absolutely stunning. As you rotate the camera, the voice quite literally goes around your headset. Not known many games put so much effort into sound. Now, apparently this game's got a photo mode. You have to activate it in the options, which I have. So how do we activate photo mode? Let's have a quick look. Photo mode is on and we press D-pad down. Okay. Oh, very nice. You even get motion blur on the photo movement. So if you guys like adding pictures to your Steam profile and stuff, if you've got the Steam version, you know, it's pretty easy to. That's a nice bit of control. So what we got then? Framing, zoom and roll, visibility. Oh, you can switch the character on and off. Okay. Focus, grading, vignette none. Right, okay. And effects, none. Ooh, okay. Some strange effects. And hide UI. Very good. Bit of stutter there as it came out of photo mode. Won't play too much of the game because obviously I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, that was an odd movement. That was right trigger to focus on this. How do we fight? Or can we not do that yet? Can we run? No run. Now this game, I've recently found out it's come out on console as well. I know the PS4 Pro version gives you a 1080p 60 frames per second mode. I don't know the settings unfortunately as to how high the graphics are dialed up, and it also gives you a 30 frames per second mode at, you know, super sampled if you like, with a higher resolution. I do feel though this particular game is more geared towards a PC. You can sort of tell it's not a console port. I'd be very surprised if the consoles are this smooth. I'll go a little bit further, guys, but like I said, I don't want to spoil the game for you. If you know, £25, it looks like it's worth the money. Sort of certainly glad it is, because obviously buying all these games, even for £25 each, it sort of gets expensive. If you're going to do a sort of quick video showing the options on them and then never play them, it gets a bit dear. Fantastic lighting and the detail on her hair, excellent. Wow. It's not very often you go wow in a game. Very nice. Kudos to the artists on this game. So let's have a look. We're now, 9 gigabytes of RAM, 2.6 gigabytes of VRAM used. CPU, no, not really bothered. GPU, yeah, 97%. So, funnily enough, I am building an upgraded computer. I've got the case sat over there ready, and an XZT1. We're going for a full Ryzen high-end system, and see how that turns out. Take me a few months probably to gather all the necessary bits and bobs. But for now, it's nice to see that even older hardware can run this very well. Okay, so what did I think to this game? Well, I've played about an hour of it so far and done a couple of the cryptic clues. The first gate clue did fox me for a few minutes. That was really ingenious, quite like that. The parkour's pretty good. The fact that I've now figured out how you run, you have to use the top bumper button on the controller to actually make the character run. Bit different, but hey, you get used to it. The graphics of the game are, without question, fantastic. They're like a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Very, very high standard. You know, no faults really found on that. There's slight stuttering every now and again, even installed on an SSD, so, you know, They could probably tweak it a bit, but still very nice presentation. Story and atmosphere, wow, I was blown away. I mean, for me, that's 10 out of 10. That is a fantastic game, very interesting, and I'll certainly be playing it all the way to the finish. Very much worth the $24.99. Every penny of it, in fact. There's a lot of garbage, shoved out these days by the larger developer teams, and they're nowhere near to this standard, so very impressed with that. Sound, yeah, 10 out of 10. Can't do any better than that. Full surround sound, full atmospheric, background noises. You find yourself turning around for somebody that's talking behind you, so quite impressed with that. Controls, yes, perfect, no problem with them. They get certainly 10 out of 10. There's no delay in movement or anything like that. It's spot on. Overall for the game, now I must point out that this type of game is not normally my comfort zone. I like your shooters and stuff like that. I'm not really into the Viking era and stuff like Witcher and what have you. I'm not into that. But for me, this game is a firm 8 out of 10. Probably score it slightly higher if it wasn't for the tiny bit of stuttering, and I am being really, really picky. So for a cheap game and you want a story game to play, go buy it. I'll leave you with a bit more gameplay now, and have a look, have a watch.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed.
Stay back.
Look at it.
You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Darkness is coming. Behind you!
So guys, I don't want to spoil anything for you. I'll leave the video right here, right now. And if it was any help to you, you know, just showing you the options and what's available in the game, please click like on your way out. But this game, this looks pretty good. Give it a try. Bye for now.